I love that you're supporting each other too. That's so cool.
Yeah. What are friends for, right?
Well, my friends like Lucas are here to make fun of me most of the time. So
We get our pokes in.
Oh, yeah.
all right, good. Didn't want to think you guys were, I don't know. I'm not going to go there.
Yeah.
That's the first time ever.
We're not done yet.
Hello, everyone, and welcome in. You are live with the Win Dummies for a monthly episode of Oz Talk, occurring the second Wednesday of every single month. I'm your host, Lucas Deal, and I'm joined, as always, by the one-time world champ, Chris Smith. Smitty, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, man. This is going to be a great show. Got a couple of good old boys on the show, and this is, man, I just love talking to these guys. It's just so much fun.
Oh, yeah, I'm super excited. You might all recognize that Ronnie is out this week. He's on vacation. So filling in for Ronnie is the man who gives redheads a chance to have a soul, Mr. Jordan Schaefer.
Hey, thanks for having me fill in. Those are some big shoes to fill, but I'll just take a spot and see if I can join in on this conversation.
Absolutely. And you already have an MPO win early in the season, sir. So it's nice to have you, and excited for tonight's episode because it's not just going to be a good one. It's going to be a great one. We're going to talk final food drive results, KDGA kickoff results, upcoming tournaments, rule school, and most important is we're going to get to hear from our distinguished guests, Jeff Priest and Bill Paulson. Cannot wait. Before, though, we jump into the action, I'd like to talk to you about this episode's sponsor. Right here you have it. Open Tab Project. And if you've not heard of OpenTab, well, first of all, where the heck have you been? And secondly, let me tell you about what they offer. So this is Brendan Kuntz, and he provides not just merch and apparel, but he also does design. So look at all of this plethora of options that you have. If you want to reach out to him, there is a link tree. Go to that website. Smitty's showing off one of the etched in engraved cups he's made for us. He does screen printing, transfers, promotional products, signage. If you need something, he is your dude. He even does online web stores. So there's not much the dude can't do, so please hit him up. He's been gracious enough to sponsor the episode and actually sponsor our game for the entire year. So dude's been killing it out there. He's also going to do a giveaway that will be announced at the end of the episode, so make sure you stay until the very end to find out how you can be a part of that.
I've used Brendan for multiple things already this year. I've used him for, that shirt that Jordan's wearing. He designed and printed that shirt. I've used him for all of my screen printing needs all year. What else did he do? Oh, he designed us a jersey for an upcoming event here in Wichita that hasn't even been exposed to the public yet. Ooh. So yeah. Oh yeah. It'll come out soon. All the information. So it's going to be a great time, but yeah, we're lucky to have Brendan in our community, and he's always so willing to help with whatever you need. I drive him crazy. I think, hey dude, how do I get this to do that type deal?
Yeah, he's awesome. And I've used him for all of my apparel. So if anyone has any of the disc and deal stuff, it's because of Brendan. So thank you so much, Brendan. And let's talk some food drive, shall we?
Heck yeah, man. What a year for food drives, for sure. 27 events, almost just over 900 players. That's crazy. We raised $31,508 for local food charities around Kansas. A little bit short of our goal, but come on, man. just people out having fun, doing what they love to do, and helping people in need. Killer.
Absolutely.
And highlight a couple of the events. The biggest event was Oakdale and Salina, 112 people. That's
Killed
a lot
it.
of people. Yeah. Yep. And then most money raised was here in Wichita this year. We raised $4,361. So
Yeah, we're calling that an ACDGC event, but really I feel like it was a Win Dummies event, right? Me, you, and Ronnie. Well, me and you.
Yeah. Ronnie was there playing while we were working. So, but yeah, I mean, he was a huge help. He brought in some
Chili.
lots of CTP prizes and some chili, two things of chili, not award-winning chili, but some pretty good chili. So, yeah, it was. I tell you what, though, man, I am glad food drive season is over, because that was a couple trips a month over to Mesa's house to pull disc, reorganize disc, ship disc, get disc. We try to relay them around the state. Man, it's a real pain in the rear, but 31,508 reasons why it was worth every minute of it.
That backwards course at Herman was fantastic. I think Smitty did it in 12 minutes. You designed that course, is that right?
I didn't spend much time. My goal was just to make a course that would be fun to play no matter what the weather was doing. And luckily we had a beautiful day.
It was so perfect.
Oh man, it was perfect to sit inside and listen to how much fun Ronnie was having playing. So yeah, food drives are gone. Everybody that played got 10 points per event. Some people racked up some serious KDJ points and have probably pretty much secured their spot in the finals.
Yep. Well, let's talk about some upcoming events. But Shafe, tell me about some of these.
Yeah, so this weekend up at Marquette, we got the Chris Jones Memorial Tournament. It's run by Darren Bottom. Super woodsy course. Go check it out. I just looked. It's about half full, so plenty of room. And then in a couple weeks, we got the Colwich, the KDSSF fundraiser. We'll talk a little bit more about that with our guests. But yeah, again, plenty of room. It's out at Colwich. Yeah, good time.
Yeah, and a great cause.
Yes. And then April 6th, I believe, we got the Park City Open run by Nate Taylor, SoMit.
Yep, and you can tell, I'm assuming Ethan made this. It has to be.
And then the South Park Open up in Junction City. I think this one's being run by Eli Smith and company, kind of the Manhattan crew. Yeah, that's one I kind of want to hit. Never played up there, so yeah, I'm excited to maybe check that one out.
I've played there. We played there last year. It's got several really long holes that potentially could be awesome, and it's got several wooded holes that potentially could be awesome. But it's a good time. It's fun if you have an open weekend and you're not playing in Park City, because it's the same day as this.
Yeah,
I would think about heading down to Junction City.
Yep, 100%.
Yep, both fun places.
Let's look at our KDGA results.
Man, the kickoff, we came up with this idea last year, and I am so glad that we did. We had 225 KDJ members right now, which is, if it's not a record, it's got to be super close. And as you can see, 164 people played in one of our 6 kickoff events, earning them 20 points. So that's awesome. But the best thing about the kickoff, from my point of view, is, once again, my dude Mason and I go to his basement, organize everything, broke it up into 6 piles, sent it on its way to our event coordinators, and you can see all of them listed over there. And all those event coordinators did their best to pull out stuff for people who weren't there that were playing, sign up new people to play. And if you look over here at the right, you can see the number of people, the new KDJ members that did play. And the cool thing that we added was a little bit of the money that raised during that would be kicked back directly to the local club for course improvements. So big thanks to Damon working team for taking care of us up in northern Kansas and Beloit. Tanner and Katie and Hayes got us 8 new people. The Beatrice family, I can't say enough about those dudes. Look at that, 23 members in Garden City. That's incredible, dude.
Yeah.
Incredible. Eli, who's running the South Park Open and doing a lot of things KDGA started at the end of last year and adding lots of events this year. Helped us out in Manhattan. DB and crew in Marquette. Joe with the big event in Salina.
That was a big one.
Yeah, always big, man. They got a lot of people playing there, and they got some good things going with a brand new course out. They call it the Slope. They got Thomas Park. They have Lakewood, which is always my favorite, or not favorite, but old school time. And then just across the street from Lakewood, Indian Rock, which was going to fall in a lot of people's favorites. And you can only play that once a year. So be on the lookout for that. And then here in Wichita, Mason and I divvied out some stuff there at Millbrook Park. But getting what did Kevin say, about 70%, 75% of our merchandise out just really takes a load off of the amount of work that Mason and I have to do to get that stuff to people.
Absolutely. There is a question in chat. Someone, I think, answered it, but they put how do they sign up for KDGA, Smitty?
KansasDiscGolf.com is the easiest way. Go there. You can see all the current members. You can see the points. You can see the schedule. Up at the top left, I believe there's 3 dots. You can click on there and find a current membership and sign up, get your information in. We try not to ship any of the swag. We like to hand it out in person to save ourselves $8 a person. But if you're not going to be in an event and your buddy can always communicate with us and get us your stuff. So.
Yep, absolutely. And last month, we had a sponsor for the podcast, Wild Bill Hickok, and Andrew was giving some discs away. I have them here with me. They're sitting downstairs because, why would I remember them? But I still have pictures of them. These are the exact discs, a hex and a time lapse. In order to be eligible for this giveaway, you had to join the Wild Bill Hickok Facebook group. You had to subscribe to Disc and Deals coverage if you weren't already, and that was all you had to do. If you commented on the episode live last time, you automatically got entered in as well. So we have quite a few names here, and we're going to do this giveaway right here, right now. So let me find that. There it is. All right, so we have 15 people here who are eligible to win, and we're going to pick 2 winners, one for the hex first and then the time lapse second. So here we go. This is for the hex. And Grandma, you got yourself a hex. Congratulations, Grandma. I'll be reaching out to you. Of course, you couldn't be local because why would you make it easy on me?
He's usually shows up in the chat.
Yeah, he's usually here. He usually says Grandma here. Oh, and then we just talked about the Beatrice boys, and there they are. Enrique. Pretty close. Pretty close. Looks like I'll have to come see you again. But congratulations. You win the time lapse. I'll be reaching out to you as well. Congratulations to the both of you.
Let's bring in our boys.
Let's bring in some homies.
Yeah, man. We got Bill Paulson, who was previously on the last time Schaefer was on. And that's Bill, the good-looking dude on the right with the beard. And then we got Jeff Priest on the left. Ignore their little name tag unless they want to switch spots. Just kidding. Don't switch spots. But that's Jeff Priest. These are the guys who are responsible for this scholarship foundation tournament we're about to play. So welcome, fellas.
Hey, howdy, hi.
If some of you may remember last time Bill was on, we couldn't get his face on and we had to hold the phone up to the microphone. It was a debacle, but we made it through it. And we are so happy to have this new new platform that KDJ hooks up with to just make streaming these episodes so much easier and so much better for everybody involved, I think. So, and then of course we brought Lucas on, which was okay too.
Oh, nicest thing he's ever said. Wow, this is live too. Oh,
Can't take it back.
Edit.
I can
So-
take it out still. Yeah.
Lucas, why don't you tell us the rule, and maybe we can discuss it a little bit and then go to the actual
Yeah.
Rule
I
book.
don't know the actual circumstance of this, but let's talk about a throw in general. So we can all kind of join in here, but a throw in general is the propulsion and release of a disc in order to change its position. Each throw that is made as a competitive attempt to change the lie is counted, unless by rule is disregarded. For a throw that is disregarded, and we won't really talk about that. So, Smitty, tell me about the situation that occurred, I think, at your tournament, right?
Yeah. So I think it was Jason Zimmerman, if I remember right, was
Maybe
kind of Joe.
Montiel.
Oh yeah. You're right. It was Joe. They was off in the crap, so he threw a bad shot first of all, and he crawled in there and tried to throw. And as he reached back to throw, the branches or whatnot knocked the disc out of his hand, and the disc rolled off down to behind him in his backswing and knocked it out of his hands. So he wasn't quite sure how to play it. He wasn't sure what the actual PDJ rule was because it was a PDJ event. So I'm not sure what they did at the tournament, but ask us afterwards. Hey, you got a cricket in that house. So, Shafe, what do you think, man?
To me, and I don't know the official ruling, but to me, it doesn't seem like a competitive attempt to throw the disc. Like it's part of the swing, but it wasn't the intention of throwing it that the disc left the hand.
Okay. Fellas, up top.
I'd
What do you
say
think?
no forward motion, no harm, no foul.
I agree.
The tuck rule.
The duck rule. A good way to look at it. Yeah.
Right. Lucas, you got anything to add?
No, I agree. I think if you don't mean to, it's kind of like in my mind, like like if you miss the ball in ball golf, it's like a practice swing. It doesn't count against you. So I think it's something similar to that. You can have it fall out of your hand. If it wasn't you actually attempting to throw, I think you're good.
And to me, it's no different than having 3 discs in your hand on the tee pad and taking 2 of them and tossing them off to the side.
Yep.
So at one time you could have been stroked for that. There's like a distance, like 6 feet or
was.
something. But now it just has to be an attempt to throw. So why don't you shoot the actual?
Yeah. Let's look at the actual ruling. This was in the rules.
Yeah, all on that live scoring app that PDJ put out. If you don't have that app and you're playing PDJ events, man, you are missing out. It's
pretty slick.
It's a work in progress. It's going to get better for sure. So it has all the rules, and it also has questions and answers. And I think I found the actual answer in the question and answers portion of that app.
Yep. So the question was, hey, my throwing hand bumped a tree branch during my backswing, knocking the disc to the ground, and the disc rolled forward of my lie. Was that a throw? The answer is no. A disc dropped or knocked out before or during a backswing does not count as a throw. So, Joe, you were okay to replay that and not count it as a stroke.
Yep, pretty sure that's what they did as well.
Beautiful.
Right on. Are we ready then?
I think we are ready. Let's
All right.
let's pull this up, get this looking real fancy for the guys. Oh yeah. And we're going to start
Stars.
off with the way we always start off, which is 3 from the tee.
This is your job, Shaper.
All right. So the first question that we do for every guest, we start off with 3 questions. The first question is, what was your first disc, and do you still have it?
Sailing satellite, and I still have it.
Oh, awesome.
Nice.
What is that?
165 Ultimate Disc. And I doubt that I still have it. Although I have some 165, I'm sure it got used and abused and replaced.
Oh, mine's definitely abused.
What was it called, Jeff?
I think it was called a sailing satellite.
It's like the Pluto platter.
Yeah,
Okay.
a precursor to the platter.
Wow.
And still got it. Where'd you get it? You remember where you picked it up?
I found it in the basement of my house. I was 5 years old and I found it in the basement. So obviously it was one of my, my brothers or sisters.
Wow. And then that got you started down this path that we're going.
Started throwing it. Yeah.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
All right. So the second question is, if you were on one card, or if you had any people to choose to put on your dream card, what four others would be joining you on your fivesome? These can be
And keep in-
past.
Yep.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say what you were saying.
Yeah, these can be anybody, past, present, disc golfers, non-disc golfers. We've had some fun answers to this question in the past, but yeah.
That's Harvey to be one. Definitely. He's too much fun to play with. And probably Ted Smathers, because we played a lot together. And then Bill. Gotta have Bill.
I was hoping.
I was wondering.
That's all I can think of right off the top of my head.
Well, you got one more, so think about it while Bill's sharing his.
Okay.
I'd like to play with the super pros, Ron Con and Smitty.
Oh, God. Yeah, super.
Who took second?
Luke Humphreys.
Huh?
Luke Humphreys.
Luke. Oh yeah, my mind went blank. Luke Humphreys is fun to play with, but to be realistic, in order to get a card together from around here, some of the old people like Buddy is always fun. Dennis. Those are two guys I get to play with all the time. And I wish this piece still played.
Get him out there.
I can't play anymore.
Shoulder.
Yep. Injury. Car wreck when I was 22 finally caught up with me when I turned about 50.
Well, maybe you can go left-handed.
I've tried that. It's not pretty.
Wasn't pretty.
It's not the answer, huh? All right. Hey, Grandma.
All right.
Does he know he just won?
I don't know if he does. Grandma, you just won something. You got a disc, so be on the lookout for a message from me. Don't ignore it this time. I don't think you've ever ignored me. I'm just teasing.
All right. And then the third and final question from the three off the tee. It's a hard one. What is your favorite memory in disc golf?
Mine would have to be the qualifying tournament in Colorado Springs, to be on the America's team for what they now call the President's Cup, but was then called Culture Clash. 4-round tournament, had to be in the top 2 to make the team. And I was tied for 9th after the first round. And worked my way up to second place and made the team.
I think probably in 1977, first tournament I ever played in Springfield, Missouri. And this is, of course, pre-basket, pre-tone pole. They had chicken wire baskets about 2 foot diameter on the ground, about a foot tall, with a wooden stake about 2 foot tall in the middle of the chicken wire. And that was the hole. And I ended up taking second at that tournament.
Let's go.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't go that route for your new baskets out at your course. Could have saved some money.
Could have.
So, you know, I think maybe we just jump into that question about courses right now and then come back and get the other one. So you
Yeah.
guys both have your own courses in your yards, basically. What an awesome thing to have. So what's the biggest challenge in owning your own disc golf course?
The amount of maintenance,
Maintenance. It's
tree trimming,
yeah.
mowing.
Tree trimming is a yearly event. Mowing 18 holes takes about 10 hours. So I'm so old now, I can't do it all in one day.
It only
I have to
takes
break
me,
it up into 3 days.
it only takes me about 2.5 hours to do 18 holes.
Yeah.
Two different kinds of setups.
Piles. Yeah.
You guys haven't played them. Bill's course, you share a lot of baskets back and forth from different areas, different directions, different shot selection. And Jeff's course is, I'm excited to see how big those cedar trees are again from the big burn we had. How long ago was the burn?
Oh, years ago.
Had to
Bill
be
and I were
10.
talking about the cedar trees earlier. I saw somebody posted some new discs online the other day, and they were dark green, like cedar tree green. And anytime anybody comes over to play my course, I look in their bag when they're standing on hole one, and if I see a dark green disc in there, I warn them ahead of time and say, "Do not throw that disc; you'll never find it." Because once it goes in those cedar trees, it just disappears.
Yeah. 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 Whew. I'll bet they're big. That burn had to be 10 years ago.
It was awesome. I remember, well, a bunch of guys came up from Winfield while the fire department was leaving. So the ground was still smoking. And it was like playing on a moonscape. It was all gray and, burnt ash and still smoking. It was
Crazy.
Yeah, it did some serious damage. What's biggest positive of having your own course?
Oh, just seeing the people, all the players, getting to know everybody.
Not having to go anywhere if I'm getting ready for a tournament. I can practice at home.
Yep.
And the biggest negative?
The time, the maintenance.
Yep.
But it's a labor of love.
Right. Yeah. If you didn't want to deal with that, you just wouldn't.
Right.
How often do you get called, do you think, in a month's time to, hey, can I come out and play?
Oh, it varies. You might get only one call a month in the wintertime, and then in the summertime, it's you have no idea. There's been days where I could have had a tournament out of all the people that showed up.
Are people pretty respectful?
Very much so. Yes, if they've never played there before, I kind of walk them through everything and tell them, it's kind of like Vegas. What goes on here stays here, but there's a trash can out by the road, and if you see any trash, please pick it up for me, and please don't leave stuff laying around. Of course, that doesn't work with Jack. Jack's about the only one that I'm still finding beer cans under trees.
Well,
I
Manning,
remember whenever you'd host the Tick Ranch events, you'd always have the 2-stroke penalty for littering.
For intentional lifting.
Yeah,
Right. If it's an accidental, something fell out of my bag, no, we don't know. But if somebody's being, obviously just trashing the place, I would threaten them with that. We've never used that rule, but I would threaten them with it.
It's a good threat.
Absolutely. Okay, I'm gonna back it up and get that first question.
Yeah.
Where did you dudes meet? How did
Oh,
this all
boy.
get started?
1978. Yep, 1978. Ted Smethers and I had formed the Pittsburgh Frisbee Club, which was a sanctioned club by the university. And we were out on a practice field.
Playing ultimate.
Yeah, we were having ultimate practice, getting ready to go to a tournament. I think it was in Springfield.
It was
Yeah.
UFO.
Anyway,
Number one.
we had club shirts on that had PFC for Pittsburgh Frisbee Club across the chest. And here comes Bill walking up just out of the blue. Nobody knew who he was. He come walking up and he looked at me and he looked at my shirt and he goes, what's PFC stand for? And me being an asshole said, that stands for pretty fucking cool. Bill, I'll let Bill finish what he said back.
I laughed. But having just gotten out of the service, I figured he was some lowly private and I wanted to speak to the captain.
Yeah.
So I said, take me to your leader.
Private first class. Anyway, what was that, 46 years ago?
I don't know.
I knew right then and there we were going to be best friends forever. It was just, you just knew it.
You guys share a few hobbies outside of disc golf too, I believe, right? A lot of woodworking and stuff.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're both woodworkers. We both have our own shops. Yeah.
Yeah, you make some pretty killer guitars, right? Isn't that your go-to?
The last one I made was a baritone ukulele. I've done a couple of those, 4 or 5 of them now. I kind of like those. They're smaller. They're easier for me to hold on to and handle while I'm spraying lacquer.
And of course, we make the trophies every year.
Oh yeah, trophy making is a big deal every year.
Yeah,
That's always fun.
for this event, everybody
Yeah.
gets one, right?
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, it's a thank you for coming and playing.
And donating your money.
Right.
Got to have something.
I
Right.
think the last one I got didn't it have an Ace Mason mini attached
Yes.
to it.
Well, it wasn't a mini, but it looked like one.
Oh, what was it?
They were, I think
Cultured marble.
they were like plastic injection molding test pieces or plastic molded test pieces because they were all just different colors and different thicknesses. And they sure looked like a mini. And it's like, well, how can we use these? And we thought about it for a while and came up with an idea.
Ace Mason gave us those.
Yeah, Ace Mason. And that's why on the back of the trophy, it says something. It was a saying by Ace, and I don't remember exactly what it said to you.
Something about I love everybody who plays this game.
Yeah, that was it. I love everybody who plays this sport.
Yeah, I met Ace Mason for the first time ever at Waterworks Park. And I was just talking to him about how great this park was and whatever. And he's like, well, I'm glad you enjoy it. I had no idea that he was a designer of Waterworks Park
Yeah.
or one of the guys that designed it. So yeah, that was my first experience with him. And I didn't realize that was quite a while ago. And I didn't realize he lived in Wichita towards the end of his life.
Right.
Had he always lived in Wichita or was he
No.
KC guy?
He moved down here for a job at Coleman.
Mm-hmm.
Early 2000s.
Yep. Shay, if you want to ask him a question or you want me to ramrod it?
You can keep going for it. I'll
Good.
jump in when.
Usually with that other guy, I don't get a word in edgewise. I'm glad you're here. So how and when did this whole idea of this scholarship foundation and the tournament and the entire idea that you guys have put together for the last, been a long time. What'd you say earlier? 06, I think.
2000.
You know, in 92, I started the high school disc golf championships.
Right.
And parents just didn't allow their high school students to drive across the state to play in tournaments. So we finally ended that in 03. And the next year, I was out at Jeff's and I said, you know, I'm kind of missing the tournament because it made me get to play and my wife not care, you know, to be gone because I was doing something, right? And I think it was Jeff that said, why don't we start a scholarship and do that for the kids rather than just trying to give them a place to play. And that's sort of how it began. He said, I'll run a tournament here at the Tick Ranch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we talked about it for a few years before we actually pulled it off. We had to figure out.
No, we did it that year.
Well, the structure.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
the structure, because we had to come up with, you know, as a foundation, you have to have bylaws and rules. And
to become a 501c3, the tax deferred, that took a while.
Yeah. And the first scholarship was 2006. Billy Jurdy from Newton.
Yeah.
Yeah. Billy Jurdy from Newton.
She was an ultimate player.
Ultimate. Yeah.
That's probably Juice's.
Hey, Ronnie.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, I'll bet Billy is. We called him Juice. I think his real name was James Jurdy from Newton.
No, it was his daughter.
Oh, okay.
Billy.
Okay.
Right.
So the first one was a girl and an ultimate player.
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah, we discussed back and forth whether or not to make it just disc golf or all inclusive, and we finally ended up all inclusive, all disc sport.
Well, that was our background. So,
Right.
And those that Kansas high school tournament, I think, Bill, that's where you and I first crossed paths. You somehow you had an event all the way out in Ransom.
Yep.
And that's where I lived at the time. And you're right, parents weren't crazy about letting their kid drive across the state. So
or even go with somebody they didn't know.
Well, as the PE teacher at the local high school, a kid named Zach Schweitzer, I don't know if you remember him or not.
Oh yeah, he was good.
Yeah, he hopped in the truck with me and we drove all the way to Manhattan for an event. And you were there. You had your little camper and you had a bunch of kids, I think.
I brought 3 girls with me. I talked to the principal before I left and I said, hey, these 3 girls want to go camping with me. Be careful.
Well, I think Zachary can vouch for you that you weren't there because he was. I'm telling you that. Oh, man.
I think one of them was kind of enamored with you.
Not with me, buddy.
Spent the whole night with you.
No, get out of here with that.
Oh.
That is not true.
Okay.
Zachary's a chiropractor now.
Oh, cool.
Still in he's in Nest City, which is just outside of Ransom. Yep. So, oh my God, man. Don't believe what you said.
That was the tournament where the girls came back at lunch and said, we're going to color your hair red and put red dye in my hair, which is a no-no during school. And I said, if this doesn't wash out, you guys are in big trouble. But it did.
You're braver than me, man. So, all right. So next question. Where can the scholarship be used?
In-state institutions, trade school, junior college, university.
Right. And it's not just high school applicants. It can be returning service members. It can be anybody going on to continue their education.
That's good to know. I didn't actually know that. I thought it was for graduating seniors, I think is what I thought it was.
No, it started off that way, but we opened it up to existing college students. We've had people apply
Oh, heck yeah.
years in a row.
Struble won it, what, 3 or 4 years in a row?
Oh yeah, I saw that he took full advantage of that in those
Yeah.
pictures you sent me.
Yeah,
You might have had a couple of Strubles that took advantage
Yep,
there
of it.
was a couple.
Right.
Yeah.
How does somebody qualify for it?
Fill out an application. They look at the last thing we look at is financial need. It's a factor, but it's small. Mostly it's who you are, what you've done, both playing and service wise.
Yeah, so far we've never denied anybody.
But this year might be different.
The percentages of the available money may be a little different between who's applied, depending on their application. But we've never denied anyone yet. And like Bill said, it may change this year.
We have a new board and
Yes.
they voted minimum $1,000. So if we get 4 people and we have 3,000 to give away, somebody's going home empty-handed.
Right.
Well, that's the way the world works, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
how much was our first? How much did Billy Jurdy get?
$300.
300 was the very first one. Yep.
Now we're giving away over 3,000 every
Yeah.
year.
That's awesome.
Amazing.
And Ed just popped in a question there. What's the criteria to win the scholarship? I think you've touched on it a little bit. Anybody who applies is looked at, right?
Yes, anyone who applies is considered.
Love it.
And they have to have some sort of a disc connection, though.
Oh, yes. No, that's number 1.
Yes.
Yes.
That's all disciplines, right?
All disciplines.
Yep. Freestyle, ultimate.
Guts, you name it.
Yeah, we even had a guts player.
Yeah.
Really? That's cool.
Give me that paper there, would you?
And they have to be the person, or can their can their dad be a player, or you probably prefer them to actually be the
They
participant?
have to be the involved person.
Good.
Yes.
Super cool.
Now, there's been a couple cases where the dad did play and the kid finally got old enough to graduate high school and was going on, and the kid applied at that point and they have won some money. Yeah.
Are you getting more and more applicants now compared to 4, 5, 6 years ago?
In the beginning, it was hard getting applicants. We haven't had a problem since.
We had 1 year where we didn't have any.
Wow.
The very first year, the guy who was supposed to apply ended up not going to school.
No, 2011.
And then there was another year.
2011, we didn't give out anything because there wasn't any applicants.
And all that money went into the foundation itself because 100% of the interest that we raise is paid out in scholarship.
Right.
So
For every dollar we take in, 50% goes to an interest-bearing account, and 50% is given out as scholarship money the next year, plus whatever interest that interest-bearing account generated. And the interest-bearing account generates quite a bit now.
yeah, it used to be nothing. Now it's over $700, $800.
Right.
Wow.
And we keep everything, since we're 501c3, of course, we have to be totally transparent, above board, no funny business at all in the accounting. And so we don't put it in the stock market or anything that has any risk with it. It's all in money market accounts. which are low interest accounts.
Or
but
CDs.
It's safe.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yep. All FDIC insured. Love it.
yeah.
Yep.
It's
So go ahead.
I'm sorry. I just said it's no risk accounts.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's smart. I feel to do it that way.
So this
I don't know
tournament-
way to do it.
This tournament's going to happen next Saturday, right?
Yes,
A week and a half.
Yeah.
Week and a half. Yep. Next Saturday. And it's at Colwich. Now, I know it started at Tick Ranch. When is it going to kind of go back to Tick Ranch?
25.
Next year.
Next year.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Oh, let's
That's
go.
exciting.
You better sign up early for that one.
Yeah.
It'll
let's tell you,
fill.
It'll fill quick. What was I going to say? Oh, well, go ahead.
How many people will you be able to run through at the Tick Ranch in a tournament? Will you be able to get 90 like you're shooting for at Colwich?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've had 110 once.
Was that a nightmare?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's always fun. I remember one time we played way out in the back and up this dang hill.
Oh, the top of the world shot.
I think Harvey said it's the highest point in Butler County. I don't know if he's telling the truth or not.
Well, it's the third highest point in Butler County. According to the topo map, it's the third.
I remember a tournament that I played, and you were on a card behind me. And I parked this hole, the huge downhill south wind, and I caught the wind just right, and it came down and parked it. And then you came on up behind us, card behind us, and yours went whoop way off. And I outdrove Smitty once.
That was a 650, 700 foot hole. wasn't
Oh, it wasn't that one.
Oh, the one off the top of the hill.
Yeah, it was over 1,000. One of them.
It was a long one.
That's the one you parked?
No,
I was going to say, I think the stories got mixed up a little bit there.
the one I parked was about 450
No,
Okay.
downhill with wind. I can't throw 400, 450.
when I bought that place in '87, it was just bare ground, and Harvey was working at Southwestern College in Winfield as a maintenance man, and somehow he managed to get his hands on a whole bunch of this 2-inch aluminum irrigation pipe, and so we cut that up and we made tone poles out of it, and a long hole back then, because we were playing with 165s, trash can lids. We were playing with the Super Pros and those old Black Masters discs.
Well, you wanted the biggest
That's right.
frisbee that you could for putting,
Yeah,
so you had a better chance of hitting the
a
pole.
long hole back then was 180 feet. That was long.
I think his memory's a little short. But that's okay.
It was long. Well, the fairways, I had a mower that was like a 34-inch wide cut deck. So I would mow out to the pin, around the pin about 3 or 4 times, and then back to the tee box. And that was it. That was the fairway. If you weren't on the fairway, you were in deep shit.
When did Sleepy Hollow come into play?
I don't remember.
That's
was
always
probably-
a fun hole.
It's gotten a lot easier over the years. It's gotten wider. Some trees have died, and we've taken out a few trees.
It was in for sure in the late 90s
Yeah,
because that's when the baskets first arrived.
yeah.
And you're going to have real manufactured baskets out there now.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well, yours are manufactured. I mean,
Whoa.
Monkey
PDJ
Hey, that brings
approved.
something up. I'd like to take all of the old Gen 2 Paulsons that I've got, and I'd like to get them refurbished. And my 2 options are to get them stripped and powder coated or get them stripped and galvanized. but I don't know anybody in Wichita that does stripping and powder coating. So put the word out. If anybody knows anybody, let me know.
Somebody knows.
Yep.
Somebody knows.
Somebody
Contact Jeff.
knows.
Contact me. Yes.
Well, hey,
Right.
speaking of the baskets, what's the story behind the Paulson baskets? When did you make your first one? Are there prototypes still around? And knowing what you know now, would you change anything on them?
I've got a Gen 1 and a Gen 2.
Yeah, there's 3 generations of baskets. The Gen 1s were somebody made a basket. Just no jigs, just hold it there and weld it. And one year after school, kids were playing with this cutter. What are they called? Plasma cutters. And he carved in it, please get one of these over the summer. And when they showed up next fall, there was no plasma cutter. And I said, yeah, guys, there wasn't any money. And I said, next day I came back and I said, just how much do you want a plasma cutter? And what are you willing to do to get it? And so I went through the proper channels and started a class for manufacturing. And they agreed to it. I brought in a picture of a basket and I said, make this. No chains, just make it. It was crappy, just like most of the Gen 1s. And I said, now, what you need in order to have a product to sell is something that the first one looks like the 10th one. So we need to make all the jigs and fixtures so that we can put them together the same way every time. And if you're willing to do that, I know how to get one. And I called Jeff and I said, are you willing to buy 10 baskets? And if you are, that's enough for us to pay for the plasma cutter that I had to talk the welding supplier into leaving us without being paid. And he says, we don't do that. I said, it's the only way. He trusted me. We got it done. And that was like 99.
$100 a pop.
What?
$100 a basket. Yep.
So he supported our program in the tune of $1,000.
Yep.
And we made probably 20 that year, 30
Yep. There's a
of
bunch
the
of them.
Gen 2. A couple years later, Colwich needed baskets, so we made the Gen 3 with a new class,
New jig.
new design.
Yep. Had the tapered basket rather than the straight up cylinder.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
That's awesome.
Man,
So
you
cool.
went through some work to get that. Wow. And I love that you're supporting each other too. That's so cool.
Yep.
Yeah. What are friends for, right?
Well, my friends like Lucas are here to make fun of me most of the time. So,
We get our pokes in.
Oh yeah.
all right, good, good. Didn't want to think you guys were, I don't know. I'm not going to go there.
That's the first time ever.
We're not done yet. Here's an interesting question. How often does that trophy get a nice little wipe down? And why doesn't the winner get to take it home for a year to look at it? We're talking about the
The
big
tick,
boy. Yeah, this is from Nate Alton.
it does get cleaned every once in a while. I don't really know why it's never gone home with somebody, honestly. What do you think would happen to it if it did? Would it ever come back?
Maybe.
I don't know. It
I
just
can
never,
tell you-
Who wins?
I can tell you what's happened to the Kastner Cup over the years. That's the one for Beloit.
Oh,
It's been taken apart by a bunch of drunk monkeys in Beloit. It's been put back together in a different configuration by a bunch of drunk monkeys in Beloit.
Hmm.
It's had tons of whiskey drank out of the top of it. So I think you might want to just keep it in your shop.
Seems safer.
Pull it out. Yeah. Who knows? Someday somebody else is going to have to take care of it, and then it'd be up to them.
I think at times it's been displayed with the Kastner Cup.
It has been displayed at Ducks. It was displayed at Ducks for a year once.
I lost the KDGA trophy for a year once. Then Leahy won it, and I looked all over for that son of a gun. I mean, I looked and I looked and I looked, and I had just moved, so I was for sure I left it or lost it or something.
Oh no!
And I was going through the steps to buy a new one and replace it and get everything I could do, and I just put it out on Facebook. Anybody know where this thing's at? And I had taken it to Ducks so people could look at it, and it was there for 2 years.
Honestly, it'd be awesome if someday there was a disc museum of disc sport, and if that ever happened, I would put it in the museum for year to year.
Pretty sure there is a disc golf museum in the distribution center in Emporia.
Yeah, but that's all DD stuff and Emporia stuff.
I know a guy.
Historical museum.
There used to be that museum in the Outlet Mall in Newton, that
Yeah.
Kansas Sports Museum. Is that long gone?
I don't think it's there
Don't
anymore.
I wonder where that's at now. Because that had lots of cool Kansas artifacts.
It used to be downtown, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was at that
Still there.
Oh. Yeah, I don't see anything right now. All right, well, yeah. So Nate, they're not sure when it's going to go to a person, but it's possible.
I think this was Nate here saying he was just giving them some grief.
No, I mean, I get where he's coming from. Did we miss any of our questions?
Yeah, speaking of Nate, he also wants to know for the tournament coming up, what tees are going to be played at Colwich.
Knowing that we were going to be on this podcast, I was saving that information for now. Even though the vote said blue morning, red afternoon, it was by one vote, maybe. I think that's the best idea. And so it's going to be blue in the morning, red in the afternoon. It is all short pins. So it should still go fast. The reason we thought we wanted to do something like yellow is to keep speed of play fast, because there is the raffle that goes on.
Mm-hmm.
And that takes some time. Handing out trophies to everybody, all the above. But I think we'll be fine with the blue and red.
Interesting side note, the way we did that this year, Bill and I were talking about it, and Bill wanted to do a single round and then have the all the stuff raffled off. And I said, Bill, that's just not fair. You got to give people their money's worth. And we couldn't agree. We just didn't agree. And finally, Bill came up with the idea, well, how about we let the players vote on it? And I thought, that's perfect. That's how you do it.
That was overwhelmingly 2 rounds.
You let the players decide whether they want 1 or 2 rounds. Yeah.
So really all you're saying, Jeff, is that you were right and Bill was wrong, right?
Always.
So
I have to let him think he's right sometimes.
speaking of this raffle, if somebody out there has something they want to donate to the raffle, like maybe a shirt or a small pile of discs,
Right on.
what can they do to get those to you guys?
You know, I got to plug the guy. Duck has been a fantastic partner for us, raising raffle prizes. He has the connections with all the different manufacturers. You know, so we've got Zuka on board, we've got Prodigy on board, and I was supposed to have a list run off, but oh, look here.
It's on the bottom of that flyer, Lucas.
Let me pull it up.
Innova,
Okay.
Grip,
Yeah.
Discmania, Zuka, MVP, Discraft, and a bunch of other individuals. Smitty, Ramser, Madison, Harpool, Converse, et cetera, et cetera. And I know
Yeah.
there's more.
Yeah, that's sweet.
So,
And
well,
if someone wants to, they can't play and they want to donate, where can they do that?
You know, there's a website to do that. The best way right now is to contact Ducks in Wichita, and they can donate through them for us. So that's about the best I can
Perfect.
tell.
I think
Okay.
you can go to Disc Golf Scene. I'm trying to look here.
I'm trying to look it up too.
I'm pretty sure you can go to Disc Golf Scene and there's a place where you can donate directly to. See what it is. There we go.
Yeah, you don't have to be present to win the raffle.
Okay.
And so you can get raffle tickets and make arrangements of somehow getting the stuff.
Yeah, there's something on Disc Golf Scene here. It looks like you can do a
Yes,
general
there is.
entry. I'm not seeing what that necessarily gets you, but yeah, I would say go there, start there, go to Ducks.
Yeah, I'm going to put that number on the screen too. There's a phone number as well that you can just call, contact Ducks. He also sent me some information, so I'll put that on the screen now.
I appreciate that from Doug. I wasn't as organized as I should have been.
Story of my life.
So let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, it is on Disc Golf Scene fundraiser.
And then
Yeah,
that's the number to Ducks too, if anyone wants to call. If you're considering donating, just call that number there on the screen as well. This is such a great cause, and these guys have been doing this for so long. Do you know how much money you guys have given away in scholarships over the years, like in total?
Yes, sir. I've got it right here. That I do have.
You're organized.
$23,364.
Wow. All right. That's sweet.
Yeah, that's
And
great.
that's not including the $3,500 that we're giving away this year.
Mm.
So 27,000.
Yeah, that's amazing. Great work, guys. Honestly.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
And we've got a little over 30 in the bank that draws interest. Jeff said earlier that 50% goes to the foundation, 50% goes to the scholarship. We also have other monies that come in that they say, I want 100% of it to go to this year's scholarship.
Right.
Or I want 100% of it to go to the foundation so that year after year, you'll be giving away the interest.
Right. It goes in perpetuity that way.
Yeah. So that's why we have more than what we've given away, is we've gotten a lot of foundation type money.
Sounds like you guys got it figured out to me. Doing a great thing for a lot of kids for sure, and I guess not necessarily kids at that point.
And young adults. They're all kids to us.
Well, yeah, you're 90 and 92, right?
Close.
Some days it feels like that.
Close.
Well, Lucas, should we move on to the next section, our favorite?
I want you to ask this one question that's on our list because I have no idea what it means. It's the very last one. What's holes?
Holes. Tell us about holes, Paulson. Can we still buy it? And how do you think it compares to the version that what's the Maple Hill guy?
Steve Dodge
that Steve Dodge has come up with.
I haven't gotten a copy of it yet. My wife kept saying she was going to get me one for my birthday and then for Christmas, and I still don't have one.
I haven't.
So I don't know.
Well, Ronnie has it. It's called theirs called Birdie, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, Birdie.
Yep.
So yeah, Ronnie has a copy of it, or at least he bought a copy, and it didn't come for a long time. So we want to hear about holes.
I had a friend that bought every get-rich-quick scheme there was that he saw on TV, in magazines, whatever. And I was over at his house one day, and he says, "Hey, I got this thing in the mail today. I want to show it to you." And this is, I don't know how many dozens I've seen or heard about from him. And I finally said, I think in order to get rich, you got to put it into practice. And he said, "Well, if you think it's so damn easy, why don't you do it?" So that set the bug. I thought, there's no disc golf board game, even though the disc golf computer games were just coming out. I said, this doesn't have a chance. But I'll make a disc golf board game. So I made it on a big piece of paper. Went to get it printed, and they said, "We can't print it that big." So I had to totally redesign it. Made the first dice at Jeff's house, and they were not perfect, but we tried it out. And then got the new ones designed, printed.
A lot of the holes were based on real holes. I know one of them was based off one of my holes at the Tick Ranch.
And then there was the first edition that included 2 different 9-hole courses. Then the second edition came out, and it included another 9-hole course using 3 dice instead of 2. And then another edition came out that was designed after the Hayes course. And that was what was going to happen from then on, is it was going to be, this is that course on a board game. And that's about the time the kids were getting into scouts, and I had sold just enough of them to break even and pay off any debts that I had. So I mothballed the rest. So there are some available.
I've got one.
For sale still.
Oh,
Just have to contact me and make arrangements.
I might have to get my hands on one of those.
yeah, seriously, that sounds so sick. That's awesome.
It's a dice game, and then what you roll determines whether you threw a good shot or a bad shot type
Right.
deal.
Some of those, yes.
Right. There was a game called Thinking Man's Golf that I had that was similar, but it was based on ball golf. And you rolled dice, and it told you your yardage and how far left or right you went based off whatever the wind was based off the dice. And so that kind of became incorporated into Bill's game.
That's
Yeah,
sweet.
we had, that was back when 2 meter rule was still in effect. So one of the landing spaces would be on a tree. 2 meters, you're out of bounds. Tall weeds, lost disc. In the bushes, you're limited to 1 die, because your throw is,
Because you're going to throw a crappy throw.
yeah.
Sounds
That's cool.
great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Sounds great. Yeah. Hopefully somebody will hit you up and
There's going to be more than one person that hits you up for
clean
sure.
out that closet.
So I better get to work, huh?
Yeah. No doubt. No doubt. All right.
We're in a tube. And the problem with that was, they're laminated, so they would stay rolled up when you took them out. They
Mm,
wouldn't lay flat. So the last edition came in a notebook and folded in half. Used a grease pencil to mark your way around the course, wipe it off with a paper towel.
I love it.
I'm gonna have to get one.
Yeah, seriously. No doubt.
I think
All
the
right.
price went up.
I'm out.
Supply and demand. I'm
Supply
telling
and
you.
demand deal here. Yep.
All right. I think it's time.
Shall we play a game? Shall we play a game? Shall we play a game?
Are you a dummy?
Shall we play a game?
We're going to play a fun game Smitty has made. This and the episode is sponsored by Open Tab Project. Again, thank you, Brendan. And Smitty, talk to us about this game.
Well, this game's really easy. I'll ask you a question. You can either the answer will either be over or under, or it might be before or after. So even Lucas has a chance, though we know he'll get last. We all know that. That's rule number 2. Lucas gets dead last. There'll be a few bonus questions along the way where you can earn some bonus points, and it's really easy. We'll let Bill and Jeff answer first, and then we'll go Schaefer, and then we'll go Lucas, and then the next question we'll start with Schaefer, Lucas, Jeff, in that order. Okay, super easy. We have 32 years of stats from that trophy. 32 years. Over or under 18.5 unique winners.
Over.
Under.
Well, you guys got to agree. Well, I guess you could go different. Here, I had you as a team.
Wait,
I had you as a team. I'll break you up. I'll break you up.
No, that's okay.
So you said over and Bill said under. Jordan?
I'm gonna go under.
Lucas?
I'm also going under.
It is under. 17 unique winners of that trophy. So think about that. 32 years, 17 unique winners. So there's some people who have won this bad boy more than one time.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Over.
Yeah, no kidding.
Don't tell any of them.
You
Don't
hold the
tell.
record.
Don't. Hey, quiet. You're ruining the game. Lucas, will you mute those old guys? All right. Question number 2. And this, I guess, goes to Bill first, and then Jordan, then Lucas. Bill, over or under 5.5 people have won the event 2 times.
Over.
Over.
I was going to say under, but then I saw Bill shaking his head that he agrees, and I'm going to go with what Bill said, so we're going over.
Jeff?
Over.
Sorry, boys. It is under.
Gosh, I should have went with my heart.
Under. 5 different people have won it more than once. Minimum of 2 times.
Dang it. All right,
So
no
the-
points.
Nope, none. Current score is everybody won except for Bill, the guy who dusts off the trophy once in a while.
No, Jeff, right?
Oh, yeah, Jeff. Yeah, Jeff. That guy, the guy on the left, my left. the better looking one.
Yes.
All right. So over 3.5 people have won the event 3 times or more.
Ooh.
Jordan. 3.5 people 3 times or more.
I know of 2 that have won.
Yeah, bam, 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 bam.
What?
You're
I'm gonna
allowed.
go over.
It's Jordan's turn
Oh.
to answer first.
Okay.
I'm gonna go under. Now it's your turn, Jeff.
I'm gonna go under.
I'll go over.
It is over. 4 people have won it at least 3 times.
Wow.
A bonus point. 1 big bonus point. And we'll start with Lucas.
Oh boy.
Can you name one of those 4 people?
I don't know. Ben Wiggins.
No. Bill
Harvey.
or Jeff? Jeff. Okay, Harvey. I keep reading the names. I know you 2 guys, but your names are flip-flop. Okay, I'll give you a point. I'll give you a point for Harvey. Bill, you got another one of the 4?
What was the question again? Over or under?
No. We're trying to get a bonus point here. Who are the people that have won it more than 3 times?
Oh, okay. All right, I have
Wait.
one.
We got Harvey. Who you got?
Who I got?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Dave Richardson.
Unbelievable. Yes. Jordan?
And yes, Smitty.
Yes.
Oh, stupid.
And the last one that nobody guessed, I'll give 2 bonus points to the first person who can name it. Blurt it out when you think you got it. We've said Harvey. You've said Dave Richardson. You've said Smitty.
Who's the last person?
Gal,
I'm
ain't
gonna
it?
say Ben
I'll give
Moss.
you winner, 2 points.
Gosh.
Hey,
Who was it? I missed it.
That was
Mossy.
his first. That was his first tournament win.
No kidding.
Yep. I think so.
Well, we're gonna say so. Current point update,
Oh,
just so everybody knows. Jeff, you have 3 points. Bill, you have 3 points. Schaefer, you have 3 points. Lucas,
one. Hey, I'm on the board. I'm feeling good.
Yeah. Good job, buddy. Good job. Okay, so I can't believe you got Dave. That's amazing. I didn't think anybody would get that one. So leads me to my next question. This one's before or after, and whose turn is it to go first? Jeff?
That's up at the top.
It's Jeff. Yeah.
Okay.
before or
So
after?
before or after? Dave Richardson won the event 3 times before Harvey won the event 3 times.
I'm gonna say yeah.
So before?
Before.
Mm-hmm. Bill?
After.
Shafe?
I'm going after.
Lucas?
I'm going to go before.
You're on the board, buddy. You and Jeff get the point. Dave had 3 wins before Harvey had 3 wins.
Right.
Now, Harvey had 3 in a row, and Dave, I don't think, had that. I'll have to look.
I think you're correct.
Yeah. Dave had his split up by some people. Okay. So there's 3 people that have won this thing 5 or more times.
Whoa.
Harvey, Mossy, and myself. Lucas, right? No,
Nope.
Bill.
It's Bill.
Bill. Did Mossy get his 5th win before or after I got my 5th win?
Before.
Before.
After.
I'm gonna say after.
Don't ever say what Lucas says.
Don't ever agree with me, Jeff.
Don't ever.
You suck.
Ah,
It was definitely before. Oh my gosh.
I'm just trying to make up some points. I have to go against the grain at this point.
Yeah, good luck. Okay, so only 2 people have won it 6 times. Mossy and myself. Did Mossy get his 6th win before or after I did? Schaefer.
Before.
After, easily.
I'm gonna say before.
Before.
Good choice. Good choice,
He did.
guys.
He
Good
got it
choice,
before me.
guys.
So we got a big tie at 5. Then we got Lucas, the kid always picked last on the playground, coming in with 2. We
I'm a
still
solid-
love you, buddy.
I'm
We
a
still
solid
love
pick.
you. We still love you. All right. So Ron Kahn
Hmm.
and Kevin Babbitt are both listed as one-time winners.
Yeah.
Did Ron win before or after Kevin? And this goes to Lucas, I think.
I think it's Schaefer, but I'm going to say after.
Okay. Jeff,
I'm gonna say after.
Bill,
And
Who?
did Ron Kahn win before or after Kevin?
after.
After. I'll follow the crowd here.
Bad move.
Dang.
Ron Kahn won it in 2000. Kevin Babbitt won it in 2001.
Oh, that's close, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, real close. Real close, Lucas.
Whole year.
Proud of you, man. All right. So, one of our win dummies here, not pictured, Ronnie, and Scuba Steve have both won the event one time. Did Ronnie win before or after Scuba Steve? So I skipped Jordan on an accident, so I come back to. So do
think
we need to
it's-
go to Jordan, or is it Jeff?
I thought it was Jeff.
Okay, Jeff.
After.
Ronnie. Okay.
I'll say before.
After.
Say
Lucas?
Before.
Ronnie won the event in 2016.
Wow.
Scuba Steve won the event in 2010. So Scuba Steve won it before Ronnie. So the answer was after.
After.
Yeah.
Cool.
I
Great.
thought that's what the question was.
No,
Okay, sorry.
it's after. He was. Yeah, Scuba Steve was
I
earlier.
didn't know which one was after.
Yeah.
Oh,
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I
I'll
was
give-
actually confused too.
I'll give Bill a point. Not Lucas.
Hey, wait a minute. Ah,
Hey, he was confused. He asked a question.
he's always confused.
True. I'm taking that point away. All right. Now he's really confused. Do I have 5? Do I have 6? All right, here we go. Question number 9 of 11. We're almost there, boys. Question number 9. Nate Alton and AJ Carl have both won the event one time. Did AJ win the event before or after Nate? AJ or Nate? Was AJ before or after Nate? Paulson, correct?
Before.
Yep. AJ was before Nate.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Jeff?
Before.
It was before.
Yeah, that was an easy one.
That was an
Yeah.
easy one.
Well, AJ won it in 19 and Alton won it in 21.
Right.
So pretty recent there.
Yep.
This one's going to be a 100% guess for the 2 guys that are under 50.
Yeah, that's me. It's me.
Yep. The other guys are going to be a 50% guess. Before or after? Actually, you guys might know this. Bob Hergert and Greg Smith have both won the event one time. Did Bitchin' Bob Hergert win the event before or after Greg Smith? Schaefer.
Before.
After.
I know what I'm going to say. You're going
Before.
to. I'm going to say before.
Both befores, and it was before.
I knew whatever Lucas chose, choose the other.
You're learning. You're learning, Bill.
So Bill and Jeff get a point. Lucas did not get a point.
I have a
So
point.
go. Oh, I already got you. Yeah. I got you.
I just want to make sure.
You can go back and check the replay. So our current score: Jeff 8, Bill had 8. Little controversy, got knocked back down to 7. Schaefer's at 7, and Lucas is still playing the game, and he's at 4.
Okay. Okay. We can get to 5. Let's go, baby.
Our final question of before and after. Scuba Steve and Ben Wiggins have both won the tournament one time. Did Wiggins win before or after Scuba Steve?
After.
Whose turn is it?
It's yours.
Before.
You talking about Ben first?
Did Wiggins win before or after Scuba?
Before.
After.
Young guys won one there.
Wiggins.
I remember
Yeah,
Wiggins
Wiggins
win.
Scuba won it pretty early. Scuba won it in 10, we said, and then Wiggins won it in 18.
18.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah,
Wiggins
so-
was a lot earlier than that.
Okay, so the last question. Let's give Lucas a chance here because this is a question you got to come up with a name. So let's make it worth 15 points.
Oh, definitely not going to get it, but I love the
15
chance.
points. So I said there were 17 different winners. 17. We've named 16 of those winners. There's one person who's listed as the winner of the tournament that we didn't acknowledge in the game. Anybody have a guess as to who that winner of that tournament might be?
I have a guess, I think.
Okay, let's hear it.
Is it me?
Oh shit, you did win it once. You won it twice.
I've got it the last 2 years.
Sorry, Shave. What the heck?
Well, I think Shafe just got 15 points.
No,
Okay.
he won it twice. He won it twice, and you said that person only won it once.
Okay, that's
Well,
fair.
I have to give Schaefer 15 points because I foobarred. So everybody say Schaefer.
Schaefer, for
Schaefer.
We're
sure.
all, we're all still even. Sorry about that, Jordan. Dang it. I wonder if I
Forgiven
skipped it.
this time.
I wonder if I skipped a question. Okay, well, there's one other person besides Schaefer and those other dudes that I mentioned. Dang it, that I didn't include in the quiz. Lucas, you got a guess?
No, but I'll make up one real quick. Let's go
Wrong.
Crispin.
No.
Dang. That was a good guess.
Let's run this one in reverse. Schaefer, you got another guess?
Oh, did Bunch happen to win it?
Not Nick. Bill, you got a guess?
Yeah, I know the answer to this one.
Yeah, I have to disqualify myself too.
Oh, you can't disqualify yourselves. You can both say the name and
Yeah,
win.
just say it at the same time.
Well, it was Calvin, my son.
Calvin Priest.
That was the year that he was 6 years old, and he wanted to play in the tournament. And at the time, he was living in Parsons, Kansas with his mother. So on a Friday afternoon in the snow, we met halfway, and I picked him up, brought him back to Rose Hill. And proceeded to blizzard up about 8 inches that night. And it was still a blizzard in the morning, and nobody showed up. Nobody showed up for the tournament. But Calvin wanted to play. So we went out and we played 9 holes, and I gave him the win.
That's sick. That's cool.
Yeah, he's probably the youngest winner. On
6
the-
years old.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah,
That was in 1997.
right. Well, he would have been probably almost 7. He was born in 90.
That's so cool, though. What a fun story.
Yeah. I made 5 gallons of chili. And we ate chili until everybody was sick of chili. And then the dog ate chili until the dog was sick of eating chili. I think I threw away about 3 gallons of chili.
I got one for you. We had a tournament scheduled for 04, I don't know. Early on, might have been 02, 03, 04, but it snowed out at Colwich. And I thought, sure
Shit.
Yeah.
stumbled over that. Somebody's going to show up. So I drove out there. Guess who showed up?
I know. Yes.
Harvey. Not
He's
hard.
one of the people we were talking
One of the
about.
people you were just talking about.
I don't know.
Scuba.
Bingo.
Yeah. Scoop.
Scoop.
And of course he said, "Hey, we're here. Let's play."
Yeah.
So we did. When
Oh
you're
man.
first one through a snowfield, you can see where the disc goes in and you can find it.
Yep. Crazy.
I miss that dude, man. I wish he would come back to visit.
I saw a post where he said, "I'm going to start playing again."
Probably
He's
the
having
last
a
time
lot
he
of fun.
probably last time he played was at your house for his going away party.
And probably.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Man, that was a blast.
I've never played such a short course in 3.5 hours.
Did you ever see that picture I made of Scuba?
No.
Oh, I've seen the photo where he's about this tall and
Oh,
the basket's way up here.
yeah. I'm
Yeah,
talking about that.
that's a
Yeah,
classic.
that is.
Oh,
Classic.
every chance I get to share that thing, I bust it out. I
Oh, you
search back
poke
through
him
and
with
find
that
it.
every time.
Oh, I love it. I love
Yeah.
it.
That's
So
great.
does everybody else.
The actual original photo I made, he hit an ace on that hole is what was going on. And I actually found the distance of the hole and calculated down what he got per foot, how many ice cream cones he could buy. Oh man. Yeah, disc golf is more fun when that guy's around, that's for sure. For sure. So, well, that was fun, dudes.
That was so fun.
So
Indeed.
you guys got anything else you want to tell us about the upcoming tournament or the foundation or just anything?
No, I got something I'd like to say about the new baskets that are going in at the Tick Ranch.
Do it.
Sure. Next weekend, what's going on this weekend? Something's going on this weekend. I don't remember what, but next weekend is, of course, the tournament at Colwich. I need like 2 or 3 big, strong guys to mix concrete in a wheelbarrow to set those ground sleeves. I can't do it anymore. My back won't let me do that. I mean, I can mix 1 or 2 bags, but 17 bags, no, I would be in the hospital. So if anybody would like to come help, I'll post something on a few pages here in the next week or so asking for help.
Cool. Do it.
I'm sure you'll get some, probably more than you need.
Well, just some big, strong guys that can mix concrete in a wheelbarrow.
You ever seen how big Lucas is?
I mean, yeah, I'm large and I'm really strong too. So yeah, you're talking to me, Jeff.
All right. Oh,
Uh,
that's all I got.
Are you gonna have hot dogs afterwards?
I'll get you whatever you want. Hot dogs, beer, you name it, I'll get it for you.
Yeah.
I'm not doing chili.
Oh,
20-year-old chili. So, well, if we don't have anything else, I think that's it, man. That was a blast.
It was so fun.
I love getting on here and just shooting the breeze with people, and it's fun. So fun.
I love hearing the old stories. They're awesome.
Put these guys up big and take me small.
Oh yeah. Let's get rid of that too. But yeah, gentlemen, thank you so much. I hope you have the most success with the tournament. If everyone has not signed up, I think they're about halfway now. Make sure you get signed up. 90 people max. Remember, if you can't play, you can still donate. Contact Ducks. Of course, it's
They can
nice.
still come out and participate in the raffle.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing is, hey, it's cool to donate some things, but man, donating that money for the raffle, that's what they really need, right? So they sounds like they got a lot of stuff. Someone said, thank you, Jeff and Bill, for everything you've done for the sport. Much love. So love to hear it.
We may be the instigators, but it's all of you guys who've made it happen.
Right.
Yep, absolutely. This was a blast. Really appreciate you guys coming on. Shafe, Smitty, anything else from you all before we sign off?
I don't really have too much, man. Just everybody as they're traveling to their tournaments and whatnot this weekend and next weekend, be safe in your travels. Be cool to each other the best you can. And yeah, that's it.
Go out and play that Coolidge tournament. It's a good time.
I'm going to be there. I haven't signed up yet, but I'm planning on showing.
I'll be
All
there.
right. Love it.
Supposed to be nice weather, no
Yeah.
rain.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Yeah. Really
Glad you
appreciate
made it.
guys. All right, everyone, take care and bye-bye now.
See ya.
Ciao.
And we promised you a giveaway, and Open Tab Project is here to give it. You have these amazing Disc and Deal shirts that you can get for free. All you have to do, join the Win Dummies podcast Facebook group, subscribe to Disc and Deal's coverage, and share this podcast on any of your social media platforms, letting us know you did so. Would love to get these in your hands. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye-bye now.